Well, hello everyone. It is your sassy gal. What's prepping, everybody? I feel like I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. Oh, wait, it's been a month of Sundays. um, so I thought I would just do a random update on what's been going on with me here at home and here on the channel. And it's been kind of quiet, but if you saw one of my posts, one of my recent videos, my whole family came down with the case of the cooties. And it has taken all this time for us to get some form of cooties. And so we have confirmed that it was Omicron. And so it went through all of us. It started with me, and then it went to my husband, and then it went to my daughters, and then my son was the last one to get it. And that was about 2.5 weeks ago, I think, is when we first came down with it. And very frustrating because it just the fever I had wouldn't go away, the extreme body aches that we had with it, and that seems to be a thing with Omicron, as a lot of people had complained about lower back pain. They thought that they either they would describe it as kidney stones, or they would or female monthly cramps, that kind of stuff, or just um it was really bad, and I really couldn't get it to go away unless I was taking Tylenol. I was so tired of taking Tylenol, and at one point I had to take Tylenol and then overlap it with ibuprofen and then Tylenol again and then ibuprofen, just because the pain was just so bad, and the headache. The pressure in my head was going to be like I felt like my head was gonna explode. It was so bad. And so, I still kinda hear that I've got something going on, like I still have remnants of a cold, and, my voice isn't all the way back 100%, which is interesting. Um so anyway, there's that. We are healthy. I did a video in the midst of it, like as soon as I started to feel a little bit like a human again. I did a video to tell you and show you how we were kicking COVID to the curb. And so I had lots of little remedies that we have, just like everything that my family would need. Like everybody's different, right? Everybody will respond better to Tylenol versus ibuprofen. Someone will like Delsym versus Mucinex. So we stockpile everything down in a big tub that I have. And I just keep everything because, everybody needs something different. Hello, LG. It's so good to see you here in the chat. And yes, I'm glad that I'm feeling healthy. I feel real good, getting stronger every day. I do get really tired by the end of the day if I push myself too much. So I still am at a point where I have to kind of slow down and sit down and rest. And because like I pushed myself yesterday and I was on my feet all day, did a whole bunch of stuff, and then I was really exhausted by the end of the night. Hi Rita, it's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Um, so yeah, on all of the medicine front and all that kind of stuff. We don't really have any tricks, um, up our sleeve for anything. I mean, we buy over the counter medicines just like everybody else. I shared my protocol in that video as well. So if you haven't seen it, go back and see how we kicked COVID to the curb. And now I am on a daily protocol where I'm taking zinc, vitamin C, quercetin, vitamin D. Is that it? I can't remember. I think there's 4 things. Zinc, quercetin go together, vitamin C, vitamin D. Yeah, I think that was it. Anyway, that's a daily regimen that I'm taking, and also I'm taking milk thistle to help detox my body from all of the medications I was taking, like Tylenol and ibuprofen, so I can kind of help get back to get back to normal. Hi, Miss Nene. It is so good to see you. Linda's Prepper Kitchen. Hey. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate all of you and your friendship and your support and your prayers. There was no notification, by the way, so this is a just a random live stream. I'm gonna next month in October, I'm gonna get back to regular Sunday evening live streams, except for the last Sunday of the month. If what is going on with me? I don't know what's going on with this thing. There we go. Okay, am I back? It looks like I'm back. Please tell me, am I back yet? Oh my gosh. Oh, good. Okay. Yay. I know there's a little bit of a delay, but it look on my phone, it looks like I'm still frozen. So let me see if I can refresh. Well, as long as you guys can see me. Okay, though that's all that matters. So let's see. I don't know what I left off with. The last thing you remember me saying was that we homeschool. um and okay, good. You're back, you're back, you're back. Okay, good. Yay. All right. So yeah, so we get busy this time of year. The one whom Jesus loves. Oh, there you well, y'all just kind of popping in here. Can't really see the chat over here on this side, so I'll try to keep an eye on it. Um, and thank you for joining all of us. This is y'all. Arc Wild Man, it's so good to see you. Good to have you in here tonight. I was just giving everyone an update, and just kind of updating on some things that I've been doing, things that I've started up again and stuff. So, but yeah, homeschooling keeps me busy, and my daughter, so she's in high school, so we actually have the flexibility to school Monday through Thursday. She has a job; she works Friday and Saturday, unless we have to do something on the weekend. Can anybody see me? Oh no. Can anybody see me? All right. Well, I was able to at least send a message. I turned my Wi-Fi off on my phone, and so I was able to. Oh my goodness. All right. Am I back yet? Oh, wait. Am I back? Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's embarrassing. The Wi-Fi restarted here in the house, and I don't know why that was going on. So, if you can see me and hear me, give me a 5 by 5 down in the comments, and then I guess I might have to talk fast tonight just because of all the stuff that's going on. um, it looks like, yeah, it looks like because I could see on my phone that I got some stuff going on here. All right, it looks like it's back. So, okay, Linda, you see me. Yay, I'm so glad. Maybe you're the only one still here. Oh my gosh. All right, I can't seem to send messages though. Okay, there we go. LG, you hear me? Okay, that's good. I can't type messages on this. I'll just have to do it on my phone. So, goodness, I apologize for that. Um, so anyway, I was talking about going on a field trip, and then I was also talking about going to my daughter's hip hop class tomorrow night because they invited mom to be a guest because they're allowed to bring someone this week. So mama's gonna do some hip hop. We're gonna see how I do. um, so something else I wanted to share with you guys tonight is I was talking with a friend today, and she has a scheduled power outage coming up this week. Her power company notified her they need to upgrade the grid because they're going to be hosting some winter games up in the area. She lives up in the Adirondacks in upstate New York. So she is having a planned power outage. And so as we were talking about it, you know, um, I was thinking that I wanted to share with you guys and just give you a reminder. We were talking about refrigerator and freezer things. So, like, her power outage is going to be from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. And she was worried about losing food. And so, I just wanted to kind of maybe share with you guys in case you didn't know. Um, if you, now it's only a 10-hour power outage, and she doesn't have any like a power bank or a solar generator or anything like that. So I thought this would be a good scenario to talk through. Yes, yeah, fun, LG, right? A scheduled power outage. Now, at least it's not like in the winter. They get cold up there in the Adirondacks. And so it does already get chilly this time of year. So she has planned on what they were going to do, to make sure that they weren't going to be opening the refrigerator or the freezer. They were going to have a cooler, for some of the refrigerator stuff so that they wouldn't lose their food. Um, but I told her, and I want to remind you all that a freezer, a full freezer, will hold a safe temperature for 48 hours if you do nothing. Don't open the door, don't do anything. It will hold a safe temperature. Beyond that, you're going to need to have some kind of a power source to either power up that freezer and keep it cold, or you're going to need to get that food out and do something with it. Now, a refrigerator, or I'm sorry, still with the freezer, 24 hours if the freezer is half full. So it's good to have a full freezer because all that stuff helps it, keep cold and keep the frozen, keep everything frozen. But if it's half full, you have that space that has the chance to warm up. And so that will only be 24 hours. Okay. And then Your refrigerator is going to be good for about 4 hours where it can keep a safe temperature. You might be able to make that last a little bit longer if you're able to have like big bricks of like frozen water. If you have big containers, like maybe a milk jug, or I have a container that's fairly square that had peanuts in it, um, and so I put water in there, and I have a few of those in the freezer so that I can put those in the refrigerator and make it be like an ice box, like an old fashioned ice box where they literally put blocks of ice in the refrigerator. Um, they say 10 hours, but they should plan on it being at least twice as long. Are you talking about the planned power outage from the power company? That might be a good point to consider if I understand your comment right. Um, but yes, they should plan on it being extra. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if they plan 10 hours, meaning that's um they already kind of built that into their planned power outage, right? Like we padded, like when you pad your schedule and put extra time in there just in case for mishaps or something. So apparently they're hosting some winter games, like winter Olympic games. So like what are those, like nationals or something like that that they're going to host up there. Now we've had Olympic games up there in Adirondacks, or forget what when it was, but I know we've had something up there, but they wanted to upgrade the system just to be able to handle the extra people. So yeah, so you want to you know, have some of those things that you have frozen that you can put in your refrigerator. And but of course, 10 hours is a good bit of time to not to not have your refrigerator going on. So you might want to, keep some things like maybe milk and cream. You might want to make sure that you don't have some of that in there just in case it might spoil. But you might be able to put that next to an ice block and see if you can keep the milk cold in your refrigerator. Um, yeah, usually construction things take longer than expected. That's true. That's what I was wondering, if maybe they had already built that into their schedule. I don't know. Anyway, Carbon Q, hello. It's good to see you tonight. Thank you for being here. That was a good last night I popped in on Carbon Q's live stream, and they had a really good conversation about everyday carry items. And so that's pretty good if you want to go pop in and maybe catch a little bit of the replay of Carbon Q's live stream, because that really got me thinking about some of the stuff to have on me, on my person, from everyday carry. Now I carry, I call it, company. I have company with me wherever I go. It's concealed. And um and uh but but there are some other items that if you don't feel comfortable carrying that, you can carry something else for personal safety devices. So anyways, they had some good ideas, so pop on over there and see that live stream. And let's see. So anyway, so I wanted to share that about power outages, just a little quick thing about refrigerators and freezers. And then I also wanted to tell you about a giveaway that I'm going to be doing on my channel this week. I got to put the video together, so it might come out maybe Tuesday, but I'm going to run the giveaway this week. And it is, the company is Seychelles Filters. And we're going to be giving away a Seychelles filter to one of my subscribers this week. So we're gonna run the contest. So stay tuned. I hope to get that video up tomorrow, so that I may end up having to just make it tomorrow, and we'll see if I can upload it tomorrow. So, like I said, homeschooling, I get I get bombarded with a lot of things, and I already got behind when we had COVID and everything, and I got behind, and I feel like everything is just piling up. I've got 20 pounds of rice I need to put away. I have more potatoes that I need to get on the dehydrator. Um, I got behind on distilling some water, so I had to actually go out and buy some so that we could have it. It's just, those things. Groovy Pop Tart. Hello. Groovy Pop Tart and Sassy Gals. Groovy and sassy. Just all right. So anyway, yes, I wanted to share that. And then I also wanted to give you a heads up if you haven't caught this announcement. We're getting into the holiday season, and the Postal Service has increased some shipping costs for the holidays for the holiday season. And that is through, I forget when in January. Maybe the first week in January, but it's just for that, and then they'll go back down to the regular stuff. So I know that's a groaner for everybody, but I wanted to at least give you a heads up on that if you're sending packages via the Postal Service. Also want to give you a heads up because we don't know what's going on with FedEx. FedEx kind of tanked on the market this week and has lost a lot of money, and it's due to all kinds of things, a combination of ports being shut down because of the cooties, and um, there's other volume. There's like a lack of people buying, I think, is one of the other things that they mentioned. But anyway, FedEx is also, going to be, we don't know what's actually going on with that. So, you're thinking about fuel costs possibly going up. I haven't heard anything about UPS yet. But anyway, those are the main shipping people, and so get your holiday cards out early if you're doing that. If you're shipping packages somewhere, send them early, and also budget for postage. So, um, oh, she'll log in under her other account, so you have a mod. If you guys don't know, Groovy Pop Tart is apartment prepper. So in case she has a second channel, and so she was logging in under that. So that's fun, and I love the name. It's just fun, Groovy Pop Tart. It just fits her so well. Roxanne, hello. Thank you for stopping by tonight. So tell me, you guys, I've been talking about myself all this time. Share in the comments what's prepping, y'all. What are you guys working on? Did you do some major stuff this week, this weekend? You doing some shopping? Oh, speaking of shopping, I just remembered Linda's Prepper Kitchen has a Dollar General challenge, and for the next 6 weeks to be able to go to Dollar General and do a $25 haul. I think that's right. Linda, correct me if I'm wrong. And so if y'all want to take part in that, tomorrow is the first upload of the challenge. I did not I don't have a Dollar General near me, so I did not participate, but I will shout you out, Linda, and support y'all and watch your hauls because I love I love a good haul. Love to watch the hauls and y'all see what you get for your $25 challenge. So make sure you all let Linda know if you're going to be participating so she can watch out for your video or she can help you get the video into the playlist. Um Groovy Pop Tart says that she has been rearranging and spring cleaning since her move is on hold. Y'all pray for her elevator. They are like replacing the whole darn thing. So y'all pray that they get that elevator fixed so that she can get moved into her new 2-bedroom apartment. Oh my goodness. What else? Let's see. Did I get anything here? All right, so I got that. And Linda says that she has been canning, bacon and sausage patties and sausage links. Ooh, if you have videos up, I'm going to be watching those because I would love to be able to can some sausage. That is interesting. And y'all, Martin's Midlife Misadventures channel, they canned hot dogs. So they took the hot dogs and they put them in the jars and they canned them, which I never thought of canning hot dogs, but what a way to keep them, long term. So let's see. I was gifted 3 air horn cans, 120 decibels. Oh my goodness. You could strap one of those on your belt and oh my gosh. Let's see. Who do we have here? Roxanne says she has been cleaning like nuts. Garden and the apartment, like nuts. Garden in the apartment. You've been cleaning. Okay, so I've been cleaning, I've been organized, and you know what? I've been working on selling my kids' old clothes from when they were younger to make extra money for prep. So I've been doing a lot of that, and I'm also clearing more space down in my basement, and So I've been cleaning out the totes that I've had all these clothes in. So now I have totes to store food in versus clothes that my kids can't wear anymore. And so I've been doing that and making space downstairs and clearing things out. So I'm with you on the cleaning like nuts. Oh, they sell canned hot dogs in the UK. Isn't that like what we have, the little Vienna sausages that come in through like the little bitty hot dogs? Are they really hot dogs or are they just like meat that are in little cylindrical shapes? All right, this showed Nene says she saw that video. She's thinking on doing some. Yeah, that actually that sounds good. Okay, these are all old comments. Okay, here we go. Okay, Nene, whoops. Well, uh-oh, I just lost that. Nene says that she's been working on making space too. That's good. Y'all get your space, make more space. Toss out what you don't need. Um, what's that channel? Mornings with Granny has been on a cleaning and decluttering spree. And so I did a video kind of like 10 things I'm not buying anymore, but let's see some things if you're getting rid of stuff. I gave out like I think I donated 6 or 7 bags of clothes to the Blue Ridge Hospice and this past weekend. So I got rid of a lot of clothes. And then, of course, I'm trying to sell some of the others. And then I have a bag to go on to a consignment. So I'm going to see if I can do that as well. Um, okay. I'm not sure who this comment is for. I would not, you would have to come to my house if I live close to you. Full size. Okay. Full size regular hot dogs. Wow. That is cool. That is cool. All right, I was going through some of the comments. All right, I think I'm caught up on the comments. Um, and then let's see, was there anything else that I wanted to talk about? No, but I think that was good. So you guys are telling me what you got going on, and I watch a lot of UK shopping hauls as well. I need to start doing that. There's a couple channels I watch over in the UK, and they've been talking about getting firewood for heat and stuff. So there was fighting over firewood. Um, that's nuts, you guys. It's crazy stuff. You guys make sure you get your firewood stocked up. Make sure you guys have alternative forms of heat and alternative forms of lighting for this long, dark winter they say that we're going to have. LG says, I sometimes struggle with getting rid of stuff because during the cooties, as you say, like 90% of all I owned, oh, got thrown out. That's awful. It is hard getting rid of stuff because sometimes you have sentimental value attached to that, or you have I think I might need that someday. Hello, Rocky Mountain, Grandma, right? Oh, this cuts off the thing. Rocky Mountain. I'll just have to look on here. Oh, Rocky Mountain Prepping. Okay, sorry. This little thing cuts off part of the channel name. So, good to see you here tonight. Yeah, there it is. Someone just said that. Look, I should just watch everybody else, y'all's conversation. I'll look on you guys chat in the chat and I'll watch. Rocky Mountain Prepping. Good to have you here tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is hard to get rid of stuff. And it's also time consuming because like when I was going through and putting up the bags, I was going through to find out. I had to look at some of the stuff because it has aged a little bit, and so there were some things in there where the elastic wasn't so elasticy anymore, and so I'm just going to have to get rid of that. And then I found there was a coat that I thought would have been wonderful, but there was this huge rip in the outer part of it, not something that I can sew up. I would have to patch up, but they're not going to take that for a donation. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what, I hate to throw a coat out, but when it's got a huge rip on the out, just on the outer part, not all the way through, just on the very outer part, I can't sew that, without it being not noticeable. So I'd have to find someone, that would want a coat that would be willing to repair it themselves. So I don't know. Hope you're having a great Sunday as well. Everyone, make sure you could. So anyway, I was talking about making sure you got your extra heat, maybe another alternative source of heat. If you can get maybe an electric fireplace, maybe get some electric blankets to help keep yourself warm. And make sure you have a backup power source in case in case you have power go out due to a blizzard or, some like an ice storm. When my husband and I, it was in the first few years we were married. Um, we woke up Christmas Eve to, I guess the power had already gone out and we didn't know it. We were sleeping. And what woke us up was a pine tree branch snapped and it fell and took out the front steps on our porch and part of the gutter and everything. And we had realized that obviously we had overslept, the power was out, and so we called in. Of course, we called in, nobody could go anywhere. We were under a huge ice storm, and the whole town and the highway from Richmond, Virginia over to Williamsburg, Virginia was all just shut down because there were trees down. The ice was so bad. We had trees in our front. They were like smaller pine trees that had just bent all the way over and touched the ground. It was pretty scary, and we were without power for a few days, and we camped out by the fireplace downstairs. We had our neighbors come over, and of course, this is Christmas time, so we had food that we needed to eat up, and so we grilled our Christmas Day turkey, and we just huddled around the fireplace. We opened up gifts with mittens and hats and gloves on and stuff. So we did not have a generator at the time, because we were newly married, and that is right about that time. That's when we started really starting to think ahead about prepping in emergency scenarios, especially for winter time. So it was pretty weird, pretty crazy. And it was cold. Now, it's not cold. Now, y'all, we're not up north, we're in the mid-Atlantic states. We were in Southern Virginia. And so, cold. I mean, it was obviously enough to have ice and freezing, but then when you don't have any heat on and it's nighttime and it's cold, and then it was so quiet, we could hear all of the trees snapping and branches falling down. It was just this huge thud, and we were just afraid that one was going to either fall on the skylight. You're at the mercy. You just like what's going to fall next. So it's pretty crazy. We had a refrigerator outside. We had a cooler and we had stuff outside because it was so cold. It just stayed cold outside. And then about fourth day, um, we my husband and then my neighbor's husband went over to a store and they were going to try to see what was there. I think that they were looking for lunch meat. But there was a fight over batteries in the store. So here we are, 3 days, 4 days into, a power outage, and it's freezing cold, and stresses are already starting to happen. And so they witnessed a fight, and then they were just like, let's just get this, let's just get out of here. It wasn't important. They just said, it's better to be safe. So um we did make a good memory. We made the best of it. We didn't have any kids at the time, and so that made that whole situation easier. We just had 2 cats, and I think they didn't mind, sleeping with us in the sleeping bags on the floor, so by the fireplace. Yes, blankets are the number one thing to have as a backup other than wood, because when the wood runs out and the propane runs out and all those things run out, you're gonna need those blankets, and absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Sleeping in the cold is no joke. We went camping one year. My girls and I went camping with American Heritage Girls, and it got cold and unexpected cold. Like it dropped down like a front came through. I knew it was gonna be it was gonna be chilly, and, chilly for me is, 40 degrees is chilly, but it got down to 32, it might have even gotten down lower, I can't remember the exact temperature, and I didn't have a 0-degree bag, and so I had some other people that had left, they gave me their extra sleeping bag, and so I was able to double zip myself into a sleeping bag, but, that's no joke. I mean, there was frost on the top of my tent when I woke up, and no, this girl does not do cold weather camping, so hello, Virginia Bushcrafter, good to see you tonight. Yes, hot hands, and that's the other thing, that I had. I did have some hot hands, and so at least, that part my whole but from here up, when I was sleeping outside in the cold, from here up, it was horrible, it was freezing. I felt like my face was gonna crack because I felt like it was this ice. Ugh. Anyway, this year when we go in October, I'm taking that cold bag, that mummy bag, and I'm gonna take the solar generator, and I'm gonna have a heater in there. This girl is gonna be glamping in her tent when we go camping. Oh my goodness, and we'll be taking some hot hands too. Yeah, on the feet. Yep. Put them in there and get your feet nice and warm in the bottom of your sleeping bag. Oh, yep. But yeah, that was probably, the longest I ever remember being without power. When I was a little girl and I lived in Michigan, we had, if Nene's still in here, I think it was the blizzard of 76, I think. And I was a kid and I was out with my dad. And I remember the snow being like up the side of the windows, and there were snow drifts that were just like, to me, they looked like a mountain because I was a kid, everything was huge. We couldn't go anywhere. The whole town was shut down. Um, and so we had snowmobiles. And so I remember the coolest thing, my dad took me on the snowmobile. We went to a convenience store, and the seat on the snowmobile lifted up sideways. So was like this little trunk type of thing. And I remember him putting hot dogs in there and cheese and some bread, like hot dog buns and stuff. And I remember he just laid them in there, and then he shut the seat down, and then we went back home on the snowmobile, and then we had a grill and we cooked outside. So I don't remember how long, or if we I don't remember being without power. We may have been, but at that time my mom and dad you know um made it easy for me, or we made the best of it and tried to make fun of a bad situation, I guess. But yeah, our town was closed for a long time, and especially we lived out on the country, so it was hard for us to get back into town. And but I just remembered that it was so cool. Um, that's when camping gets fun. Now I'm not sure I agree with that. Yeah, snow days were the best. I remember telling somebody one time, because we homeschool, we don't get snow days. And this other mom was like, "What do you mean you don't get snow days? You should let your kids play in the snow." And I said, "They get to play in the snow, but because we're homeschooled, we don't have to actually miss the day of school because it only takes us about, 4 hours to get a full day of school in. And even, if you take the whole time, it's about 4 hours, and then we're done. So we start at 9 in the morning, we're done by lunch, and then the kids can go outside and play the rest of the day. So yeah, so it's like, yeah, we get snow days. We get to play in the snow. Oh, no. Okay, so Rocky Mountain prepping, woke up with my sleeping bag frozen to the ground. No, I can't do that. You weren't cold though, so that's good, but you're frozen to the ground. No, 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 no. No, 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 that's too cold for me. Oh my gosh. I can't camp without fire. Absolutely. Gotta have the fire. Oh, and this year I am so prepared when we go to our American Heritage Girls Camporee weekend. Last year we went, and the wood that they brought for all this. Now, here in Virginia, we cannot take our own firewood from our home to the campsite. That's just nobody can do that. You have to get um, firewood that is local to where you're at. So if you're camping and you park in your campground, they will bring you firewood for your fire pit. So the wood that they brought in for us for the weekend was not cured. And so when you got it going, it would just smoke and smoke and smoke. And so the whole I forget how many campsites were there, how many people were there, but there were a lot. And you could just stand like I remember standing in the middle and walking down like the center uh aisle, if you will, the center part, the lane, whatever you want to call it. And I remember standing there and just looking out and seeing like this smoke just kind of sitting here. It was so funny. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, we're all sending up smoke signals." So anyway, that wood was awful. So Saturday, by the time we finished breakfast, we had a rip roaring fire going. And so I said that I was going to man the fire while everybody was gone so that we would have lunch. We'd have our fire for lunch. So we had lunch going and everything, and then everybody broke up and to go back into working for more of their badges and programs. And wouldn't you know it, I look over to the west and there was a huge line. You could see this front, and this storm was coming. It was black, and I was like, well, crap. So I put all of my rain gear on, and I had this super size umbrella. I was gonna protect that fire, y'all. And so I was geared up and ready to go. And but then they sound the alarm that they had at the campsite, and everybody had to go into the safe building that there was, because apparently the storm was so strong, and there were could have been possible tornado. And I guess it was one of those straight line winds that came through, and the rain beat so hard. I really did think we had a tornado, but it took out my fire. I had to leave the fire, lost my fire, and I was so mad. And then at our campsite, there were 4 families that their tents were just the storm took out their tents, the rain flooded their tents, everything they had was soaked and flooded, and I felt so bad for them. And these families were like, "Yeah, we're going home. We're done." And I tried to get a fire going when we came back, and I could not get one going. I got one to like maybe smoke a little bit, and then that was it. So we just said, "You know what? We're going to pack up. We're going to drive through McDonald's on the way home, and that's it." So this year I have tons of kindling and tons of fire starters and everything that's going to be all nice and dry so I can get a fire going. We are going to have us a fire. Ah, that was my little rant. Yes, thank you, Linda, for reminding everyone to hit the like button. I really appreciate that, and that does help the channel. Um, so let's see. Groovy Pop Tart says the only time sleeping in the car was too cold was when it got below 10 degrees and the condensation on the inside of the windshield froze. Oh, would you have to scrape the window on the inside? Yeah, that's cold. That's cold. Y'all, apartment prepper, the Groovy Pop Tart is apartment prepper. She has a series of videos of them living in her car in the winter, and so those are very informative. There's lots of tips in there, even if you're not living in your car, but just wintertime in general. You might find yourself stranded somewhere and maybe having to stay for a while before someone can come and get you. And those are wonderful tips that she has about being able to stay warm and having some things. At least that's what I was thinking about, was like having some of those things as an emergency, as your blankets or your hot hands in the car, and some other things to be able to stay warm while you're waiting for help to come. LG says, I have never gone camping, but I always wanted to go. It sounds like so much fun. Aw, now I want to take you camping. I'll take lots of video while we're camping with the American Heritage Girls. We've got some things that we need to do for outdoor skills while we're there. So one of the things my daughter has to do is she learned knots, but she hasn't learned lashings. And so she is going to have to be able to take both of those, the knots and lashings, and then she's going to have to make some kind of a structure, either a lean to or maybe oh gosh, I've just forgot. What do you call the things that look like a tripod and you hang the Dutch oven from it over the fire? Something like that. She has to use knots and lashings to make some kind of a structure. So, um, yeah, Rocky Mountain says, Let's go, LG." Yeah, it's good for girls to do that. Yep. We have our new books this year. I posted on Instagram what the badge looks like. There's a new badge that comes in our book. Sorry, kind of went around backwards to tell the story, but their handbooks that they have, one of the badges is called Sustainable Living, and then there's another one called Caring for Our Creation. And those two have a lot to do with outdoor skills. Of course, we do have a badge that's called Outdoor Skills, and that's required to have if the girls go on to the higher level. They need to have the outdoor skills, and fire safety is another one. And these are all great skills to have on being outside, being able to take care of yourself, knowing things like leave no trace, and of course, starting a fire and just all these kinds of things. And cooking, we have outdoor cooking that they have to cook outside, so they learn how to do that. I really love this program, and so my daughters have both been in it. My oldest daughter did the highest level, the highest award is called the Stars and Stripes Award, which I always have to say this because nobody knows what it is. If you are familiar with the Eagle Scout Award, that's what this is for American Heritage Girls, the Stars and Stripes Award. And so my oldest daughter, Elizabeth, was the first one to earn it west of the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia. So she was number one out here. We're way out here in the past the over the mountain and in the boonies, I guess. But she was the first one to earn it out here, and then another girl from our troop was the second one to earn it, and then my youngest daughter, Rebecca, will be number 3 out here in where we're living at. So we are really excited. American Heritage Girls, it's making its mark out here in the Shenandoah Valley. So whoop 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 whoop. Um, okay, so what are lashings? Okay, and so lashings are I don't know how to really describe this. Kind of like how you describe it. The things you need to kind of weave in and out of your things that you're trying to lash together. That was not a good description. Ah! um Oh, y'all getting personal on here. How old are you? What? We don't tell people how old we are. No. Speaking of, that just reminded me, September this month is when I started my channel last year. So this is my anniversary month. So I've been on YouTube for 1 year as Sassy Gal Preppin', and it's also my birthday month. So last week was my birthday, which is why I'm doing the giveaway that when I do that video this week, I'm going to be doing the Seychelles filter giveaway. So I partnered with them, and so yeah, we got a little giveaway coming in honor of my 1 year anniversary and my birthday. So Storms, Radios, and Cats, hello. You have a cute kitty, by the way. I watched one of your videos today, and I love your cat that was so talkative. Yes, happy anniversary month. Woohoo! Oh, okay. I did not even see that. She's old enough to put you on notice. Yes. So 1 year, I can't believe 1 year has gone by so fast. So yeah. Hmm. And let's see. Okay, so good. Get someone that can explain it better than I can. Lashing is an arrangement of rope used to secure and fasten two or more logs items together. Yeah, so that's a better thing. I was trying to say, when you're trying to so for example, like the little tripod thing that she would have to build. This is a crappy picture. But you would have to go through these to kind of get these three things together. So you're it's not weaving, but it kind of is. If you watch some of these survival shows and you've watched them build a raft, and they'll use that, I call it jungle cord, but it's the stuff that they kind of make into cord, and then they'll kind of do the lashings to get the logs or the items and stuff that they need to get together to tighten them together. So, yeah, that's a really good description. Thank you. Teamwork. Yep, but teamwork to survive. Absolutely. Teamwork. What was the saying? Teamwork is a dream work or something. Many hands make light work. That's the one I like. Yep. So, anyway, you guys have any questions about anything? I actually was impromptu. I've been on here for about an hour. I didn't even think about that. Um, yeah, please go ahead and hit the like button if you have not. Um, and also, what was the other thing I was just gonna share? Um, oh, and then y'all, I've been talking about this new app that I found, the Flash Food app, and I'm sorry that some of you don't have the stores in your area. Apparently, this must be fairly new, but there are stores in kind of by region. So I know there's some here in the on the East Coast. There's some up on the Northeast, but I think it's just like there it's spotty. There's some in the Midwest if you have a Myers store. That's one. Hy-Vee is a store. Um Tops, I think was another store. Martin's. Um Oh, goodness, there's a couple more, and I know that it's spotty. There's some out in the Dakotas and the Wisconsin, so you've got that area, but it's not out on the West Coast yet. So, um, and I'm really disappointed because I love this app, and it's showing you like the foods that are nearing their best by date, and it's usually the produce. And produce is so expensive. If you guys have seen Prepping by Faith just did a video about the produce and stocking up on the produce and what's been affected by, inflation and stuff. You should go watch that video too. And it's just, it's been like produce is like a luxury. She and I were talking about that one time. It's just like, you're looking at those raspberries or those strawberries and you're like, wow, that's like a luxury item now. Or even romaine lettuce or apples, it's like, well, I can't afford that. So I'm going to go buy pasta instead, And so we're going to be missing out on some of our produce unless we're able to grow it. Potatoes are sky high, or unavailable. And so anyway, so a lot of this produce I was able to get for 50, 60% off. And a lot of it would be some of the name brand or the more bougie, the more bougie stuff like Honeycrisp apples. Those are always expensive versus something like Gala apples or Pink Ladies or something, those are always more expensive. So that's just really disappointing. But keep checking and see if you get this app in your area or something similar where it offers, some kind of a heads up on, what the clearance items are, if you're able to check a store app at all and see. But, if anything, you might be able to, push your store to be able to be a part of this program, because it helps with food waste, you know? It helps keeping food that from getting thrown away. Oh, one of my cats had kittens at 4 a.m., like right when oh, so you have little kittens now. Aw. Yeah, same. I'm saying the same thing. Oh my gosh, all the love for kittens. Oh, so you went okay, so Rocky Mountain, you went on your first camping trip when you were 2. Sweet. So, like, camping I have never been, like, hardcore camping, like, if it wasn't in a cabin, because like, I went camping with, like, either Girl Scouts or 4-H when I was growing up, and then my dad had a camper that went on the back of his pickup truck. So, we had, like, a camper, but, like and I call hardcore camping, camping in a tent. where, where there's no bathroom or heat or air conditioning or anything like that, and you're sleeping pretty much on the ground. That's hardcore camping to me. And so yeah, I don't do very well. I definitely don't do well sleeping on the ground. So, my husband found a self-inflating mat for a cot. And so self-inflating means it inflated to about this much. I don't know, maybe 6 inches, maybe. I don't even know if it got that much. And I laid on that thing and my hips did not touch the ground. So that's going to tell me that I can sleep on that and be comfortable. Last year, I just could not do it. I could not sleep on the ground at all, and I was miserable. Ugh. Like like I really need more cats. Oh, are you going to try to home them when they get old enough? She had 4 and lost 2. Aw, one looks almost like her mama. Markings are nearly identical. Aw, how sweet. So I don't live near any accessible campgrounds, and I'm in a wheelchair, so I have never gone camping. Okay, now I learned something new about my subscribers every day. Aw, that's nice. Colorado. I've always wanted to visit Colorado. I'll have to come out there in my RV so we can go camping. Groovy Pop Tart. The last time I slept in a tent was in Alaska with some friends. We camped at the beach just north of Juneau. Wow, that is so cool. I learn more about you all the time too. Every time we turn around, I'm there. You've been to this place, or you've done this thing, or you've lived here. That is so cool. Yeah, someone needs kittens, I'm sure of it. Don't tell my kids. Don't tell my girls they want kittens. And we already have 2 dogs. Can't have any more pets. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's hard when you raise the little kittens or puppies or whatever, and then you give them to a home. That's sad. But it's I mean, you want to make sure they have a good forever home, but it's sad too. Yeah. I've lived all over. Yeah, you certainly have. You've got quite the story. You're full of stories and experience, and I love it. Well, that's all I have for you guys tonight, unless y'all have something else you want to bring up or any questions. Um, I know what I wanted to say about that app again, the flash food app. I had a comment on that, and the person was making the comment that the app and probably other ones that are like this because you select what you want, you purchase in the app, and then you go to the store to pick it up. And this person said that this app was getting rid of employees, like it was taking the place of an employee. So I think if I was thinking about this comment and thinking about how maybe this person meant that it was taking the cashier out of the equation because I didn't take my food, down the lane and have a cashier ring me up. But you know, I will in defense of the employees, there are employees that have to put that food they have to pull that food from the shelves and put it in to the flash food area. It's like a little clearance area, but it's at the front of the store. And then they have to list all of the items in the app, and then there is someone that has to pull my food that I order, in the app. They have to pull my order. And then when I go into the store, they have to assist me with the order and then I leave. So the only person that it would be, I guess, replacing or taking out would be a cashier. So I don't know. So say in defense of the app, yes, I purchased it and I went in. Nobody brought it out to my car, but I went in to get it and then I took it out. So it doesn't get rid of all employees, but just wanted to say that about that because I know a lot of people, you're using an app to buy your groceries like at Walmart, and you'll do that and you'll do a Walmart pickup. But there's someone that has to shop for my order, and there's someone that has to crate it, and there's someone that has to pull it out, and put it in my car. So it's taking out a cashier. Um but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I like to cash myself out. I like to go to the self things because I was a cashier for so many years. And I like to actually ring myself up because then I know I can bag my own groceries the way I like it. We don't have baggers anymore. When I was a cashier at Myers store in Michigan, which is a lot like Walmart, um, I had a bagger. So I could ring up the items and send them down the belt to the end, and then there was a person down there that would bag my groceries. There aren't too many. Like Walmart got rid of the baggers and the cashiers. Every cashier does it, and they have the little roundy thing where you put the bags on, and they do it themselves, which takes a lot longer because a bagger makes it faster. So when I go to my discount grocery store, Sharp Shopper, there are baggers there. So the cashiers can actually send the stuff down and then the baggers will bag it and then you're done. So that actually does save time. But, I don't know why they wanted to get rid of baggers. So that's the first thing before apps ever came out, they got rid of baggers. So anyway. Oh, is creative redundancy here? Hey, good to see you here tonight. And I was just telling everybody, I'm like, I don't have any more to say. That's amazing. I don't have anything else to say. Oh gosh. Storm says I've been all over the US too. Okay, y'all, come on. We're gonna have to start sharing traveling stories and where you've been. Ramblers unite. Yay! Oh my goodness. Enough. People are talking about like the RV life and being able to like, get in your like sell your stuff and get in your RV and just travel. And then I'm like, what would I do with all my preps? I'd have to find a place to store them all and then come back and load up the RV and then go back out again. Oh gosh. Okay, who's this? Oh my gosh, Nene, been to all 48 lower states. Need to add in Alaska. Oh my gosh, you too, Nene. Now, is that because you were um do I understand that you guys were a trucker? Your husband was a trucker and you guys went all over the place? Excuse me. Oh, cool. Kroger in your area still has baggers. Ah, yay for baggers. Whoops. Yeah, the Kroger out here has baggers and more registers open than Walmart on Black Friday. Ah, that kills me because if you want to pay cash at Walmart, you have to wait in like the only two lines that they have open in the store. But if you want to pay by card, you can go through the, I don't know, 246 self checkout lanes or the little express checkouts where they have this little small areas. You can go through one of those. They have all of those are open, but yeah, they only have like two lanes with regular cashiers in them where you can pay with cash. That bugs me. Burns my biscuits, y'all. Yeah, Nene haven't saw a bagger in years. Yep. That's the only time I see a bagger is when I go to uh Sharp Shopper. Oh my gosh. Now my Martin's grocery store has what I call roaming baggers, and so they'll have like maybe two or three out, and they'll just kind of go from one lane to the next. So sometimes the cashier will go ahead and do it. I will do my own. I'll be like, "You go ahead. I got all my stuff up there on the belt. You ring it, send it down, and I'll bag it." And they're like, "Oh, okay." Like you don't have to do that. We have somebody that does it for us. And I'm like, no, 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 I'll do it. I like to bag my groceries because then I know what's in the bags. Nobody knows how to pack a plastic bag. There is a correct way to do it. So I used to teach people when I worked at Myers, I used to teach them how to bag a plastic bag especially when they first came out with them and how to do it right so that the bag doesn't break and that you don't have to double bag. Ugh. A lot of times I see Walmart cashiers. No offense to anybody who works at Walmart, okay? But they'll put they'll take one item and they put one item in the bag and they'll triple bag it. And I'm like, I don't need that many bags. Stop it. Let me teach you how to bag. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, truckers. So that's okay. That's a lot of traveling, Nene. Who is I don't want to do Walmart. Oh, Storms. I don't want to do Walmart unless I have to. Then I order over the app and pick it up. See, that's what I do as well. And our Walmart is so crazy right now. I did a video, gosh, has it been 2, 3 weeks now? Maybe a month. Who knows? I can't, time flies, right? And but my Walmart like completely like the whole store has been upended and everything is just a mess. And I did a video on it like going, what's going on? We have containers all out in the corner. And there's more of them now. Okay. I'm seeing them pop up all over town. There was a shipping container out in front of a Verizon store in a strip mall. The little mall, the little what do you call them? Yeah, the little strip mall areas that just have like little stores on them. So there was one out in front of Verizon. But anyway, they went ahead and they blocked off at Walmart all of these parking spaces and they put dumpsters in there and then they fenced it off. So they took out a quarter of the parking lot with this huge area. And I thought, okay, what's really going on? And then you go in the store and it's just everywhere. And I think I went back to visit just a few days ago and it looks like they're putting a new floor in. I can't be sure, but it sure does look like it. But everything is everywhere. It's just like I felt overwhelmed when I was in walking through the clothing area. There's just so much stuff. And then you walk back into what used to be the garden center is now for toys. And it everything in there is like filed like a book in a bookshelf. And so like if you wanted to see like a Lego set and you wanted to see what it looked like, usually they used to be turned so that they were facing this way and you could see the picture of what the Lego set was. Well, now everything is just filed in there, like a filing cabinet or a bookshelf. So you'd have to pull it out and look at it and then put it back because there's just so much stuff. And that store is just it's chaos. So like I right here, I will put my order in the app and then pick it up later in the day because trying to navigate that store is crazy. I'll let the shopper get paid to do that. I'm a big bag of excitement. The force is strong. Oh my goodness. So, LG, how do I bag my stuff? Are you asking like literally how do I do it? Um as far as okay, I'm gonna get nerdy. Okay, so I'll nerd out on bagging groceries. Um, so you get your plastic bag, and usually it's in the holder, right? And so you make sure it's opened up, and those bags actually are pretty spacey. If you get my drift, they have a lot of space in them. So you want to take something that has solid structures, like a box of some sort, like a maybe cereal, or I don't know, pasta boxes, things that have more of a solid side, and you put those in there on the sides, and then so you're making a frame with the boxes, and then you can put maybe about 4 cans in the bottom, so you're getting something heavy on the bottom, and then on that you put the lighter stuff. Then you would put things like a bag of egg noodles or I can't think of some other stuff. Maybe a small loaf of bread or chips and things like that on the top. And then that is your nice. You've made a nice square bag, and once it's all out like that, it just you're still able to carry it with one hand. It's not too heavy, and you've got the everything to support it, and you just put it right in your carton, and then become easy to stack. So there's a trick to it. So when all the stuff comes down from the cashier, you're sorting, you're putting like eggs and bread and chips over here, and then you're getting some of the heavy stuff, and there's an art to it. So yeah, I'm just nerd out on that because I'm a bag of excitement tonight. Oh. All right, Groovy Pop Tart, good to see you. And I know I've been an hour, and so I'll let you guys go. There is a video, and if I can find it, I'll email the link to you, Sassy Gal. Walmart is about to change their inventory to appeal to the younger generation. So food mostly will be trendy foods. Yes, we were talking about that, and I think Apartment Prepper did a video on that. Yes, that was her. We were talking about. She said that Walmart, they either made an announcement, which you just said you find the email link. So yeah, I would love to have it. Oh, you know what? I don't have my stuff down in the comments, or in the description box, but if you wanna send an email to me, hang on a second. I have, an email account that you guys can send to. I just wanna make sure I give you the right one. Hold on a second, I'm loading up my screen. Okay. Um, it's sassygalprepping@proton.me. Sassygalprepping, and I'll put it down here in the comments. Sassygalprepping at proton.me is my official YouTube email address that I try to put on all my videos, and I didn't put that stuff down in here since I just said, you know what, I think I'll go live tonight and let you know what's going on with me. But I would love to see that link. But yes, and they're definitely so like all of the I was complaining, I don't know, a month or so ago when I was getting into Walmart and all of the great value brands weren't you weren't able to find them. You know, there was, like, hardly any to choose from the generic brands, but all of the name brands or the brew bougie brands or the foo-foo brands were all available, so you're having to spend more money, like, being, forced, I say that lightly, forced to spend more. Did I freeze up again? Why does I don't know why what is going on with my screen tonight? Must be that it's time for me to say goodnight to everybody. This is frustrating. So, yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm back. I'm back only to say goodbye. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Do, 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 do. Good night, sweetheart. So yeah, so I'll say goodnight and I'll let you guys get back to your Sunday evening. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and what's left of the weekend. And make this a great week, y'all. Okay. Learn a new skill. Okay. Celebrate the wins. You know, buy one extra can of something to go on your pantry shelf, one extra bag of something, and give someone a pat on the back and give some encouragement to another person. Let them know that they are enough just the way they are. Okay. Yes, it was great to have you come on today. And thanks to everyone that was able to join the chat today. Thank you, LG. That was such a wonderful message. Y'all, good night. Sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite. All right, we'll catch you next time. All right, back here on Sassy Gal Prep and take care, everybody.